Brother lads, welcome back to Cossy Podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. We're going to be diving into the latest around Arsenal. Now, there is a lot of information coming out from the Declan Rice deal, and Manchester United, according to the Telegraph, could be a very big factor in where he's going to go in the next season. We're also going to be looking into the two offers that have been tabled for West Ham verbally. Above 90 million. They don't come from Arsenal and they don't come from Manchester City either, according to the Telegraph. But also on the other upside, Jorginho's agent has been speaking to the media about his future, and he said at the moment Jorginho will be staying at Arsenal. There are no thoughts about any other clubs. He will turn down Lazio, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and all the other clubs in Italy. He won't be going back this summer. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. It's a slow day with a lot of confusing news, but I'll definitely let you know with whatever happens around these deals. Right, so let's dive into it. I think the biggest one comes in from the Telegraph, who have just said that at the moment it looks like we have new offers, we have new bidders for Declan Rice. So this is what they've said. West Ham have received verbal offers from two clubs for more than 90 million. They have received and turned down from Manchester City for Declan Rice. It is hoped that the bids will formally be made in writing in the next 48 hours, with Rice's future decided soon after that. Now, they're also saying that Declan Rice is waiting on Arsenal after turning down Manchester City's 90 million bid by West Ham. Arsenal are preparing their third offer, with West Ham demanding at least 100 million for the England international. West Ham believe Rice's mind is also made up, but is made up on playing for Arsenal next season. That is the Telegraph, and that is the new kid on the block in terms of giving us information on the Declan Rice deal. Now, there is a lot in that article that I've looked at from the Telegraph. One, they claim that in the next 48 hours, the saga will be over. I cannot guarantee that. You cannot guarantee that. They also claim that there are two offers verbally made to West Ham above 90 million, and that should settle the deal. But we are also hearing that Manchester United is going to be a very key factor in this deal. So let us start off with Manchester United before we go into the anonymous verbal bidders. We know Man United. So Erik ten Hag has made it very clear that in this summer he would love to sign Mason Mount and Declan Rice. According to what we've heard, he's told the owners, he told the transfer committee that Declan Rice is a key player. There is frustration at Manchester United that the takeover is taking a lot of time, and today we have had protests from Manchester United supporters trying to push the Glazers out, because the Glazers have eaten a whole month of the transfer window. I think, listen, if you're Man United fan, this is frustrating. They are selling the club, but they are also delaying Man United's transfer process. There is a possibility that Manchester United could not sign a player until the Glazers are out. Now, the two midfielders that Erik ten Hag has asked for, whether the owners are the Glazers or Qatar, are Declan Rice, priority, Mason Mount, priority as well. So I think he's having the same vision as Mikel Arteta, getting Declan Rice to replace Carlos Casemiro long term, and then bringing Mason Mount to give you that box midfield option, just like Kai Havertz. If Man United are going to be waited upon in this deal, if West Ham will wait for Man United, this is a saga that will end in August. Mark my words. This is a transfer that will happen in August if they're gonna wait for Manchester United, because this is what I believe. Man United could have already bid for Declan Rice if they had that money. They could have already placed their bids. They have placed bids for Mason Mount, 40 million plus 55. You understand what's going on with the Manchester United saga if you're following. So it means that Man United do not have the resources to go big in the market. It's the same reason as to why they have not made a bid for Harry Kane, primary and priority target. It's the same reason why they have not made a bid for Rasmus Haaland, priority and big target for them as well. So if Man United are going to be waited for in this deal, this is an August deal. This is an August transfer. And I don't think Mikel Arteta is going to sit there, wait, sabotage his plans until August. I don't think we will sign a midfielder early July. mid-July. I don't think. I think we will start our preseason tour without Declan Rice if he's going to sign for Arsenal, or without a new midfielder in that position. But the moment Man United arrive here, and they will have a lot of money, mark my words, because Sheikh Jassim's bid includes 6 billion. 5 billion to the Glazers, 1 billion for transfers. Can you imagine Man United will have 1 billion to spend on transfers? So they can sign Harry Kane, they can sign Declan Rice, they can sign whoever they want. They can spend above 500 million, and it will be a new financial year. So that means that Man United can sign whoever they can, as long as they can later patch up the holes and just get everything in line with FFP. So that is where we are with the Manchester United saga. Man United very, very influential on this one, and they will be waited for. Right now, do I believe that? I think David Sullivan is a greedy guy, and I believe if Manchester United call him and tell him, hey, Qatar have won the bid, we have the 110 million you are asking for, we have the capacity to pay that money in 3 years or 2 years, wait for us, they will wait. Now that is because in the business sense, they are looking for more money up front to invest. If Manchester City and Arsenal both cannot offer that, then why not wait for Manchester United? I mean, they're trying to do business they're not going to do in the next 5-6 years, because you look at that West Ham side, they don't have an incoming talent, already established talent like Declan Rice. Okay, let's get to the other one, because the offers that are anonymous are the ones that have just brought me to do this video. I was not planning on doing it. So West Ham have received 2 anonymous offers above 90 million from anonymous sources, anonymous clubs, and the Telegraph have been informed that this deal will depend on those 2 offers. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy, because when you write and say that West Ham have received 2 big offers, bigger than what Manchester City have offered, literally that highlights that Manchester City have not made the bid. Literally that means that the bids are not coming from either or Manchester City. So if Manchester City have not made a third proposal, for Declan Rice over 90 million, and Arsenal, we know, are just preparing their bid, right? We'll get there as well. Who has made the bid? Like West Ham, do we have a bid from West Ham, from the West Ham Academy for Declan Rice? Do we have a bid from Chelsea? Do we have a bid from Bayern? Do we have a bid from Real Madrid? Do we have a bid from Barcelona? Where is the bid coming from? Because we know, as far as I understand, Florentino Perez at Real Madrid has said, our transfer window is absolutely done. Bayern, they've walked away. The player's preference is to stay in the Premier League. I don't even want to say to stay in London, but it's to stay in the Premier League, right? So Bayern have respected that. Barcelona, of course, we know signing Ilkay Gundogan is the peak sign that they don't have money. Like for the next 10 years, Barca will be broke like they've been in the last 5 years. Like that is confirmed. I'm sorry, Barca fans. I really love Barca, but it's reality. Someone has just screwed Barcelona finances. They just can't pay for Rice. So there are 4 clubs now that can make an offer in the of the magnitude of 100 million that are still alive in this race. Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Man United. Liverpool, no. I think Liverpool have decided to go eco-friendly to their pockets, and they've decided to be budget-friendly. And you don't blame a club for being budget friendly. I think their transfer strategy has always been that good. So for me, the 2 offers above 90 million do not exist. That is the truth. That is the truth. So the Telegraph is also saying that at the moment, Declan Rice is still waiting for a bid from Arsenal, and that will settle things. I don't think that settles things. I really, really don't. Now there is that element of West Ham feeling a little bit shy to reject Arsenal's 3rd bid, right? But then there is the element of Arsenal not meeting the asking price that was agreed upon 6 months ago. So there is no shame in West Ham going, if you don't meet the valuation that we have discussed for, I don't know, like 160 days, you're not taking the player. I don't think Rice is waiting for Arsenal. Like many people are saying, Rice is waiting for Arsenal to bid. I don't think that is what is happening here. I think Rice has no option on the table right now. Arsenal's bid was rejected. So even if he says, I'm going to Arsenal, the bid is off the table. Like the bids have been pushed away. Even if he says, I'm going to Manchester City, the Manchester City bids have been rejected. And even if he says, I'm going to Man United, there is no sign that Man United have bid for Declan Rice. Not now, not in the past, at least not in the near future as well. So he doesn't have any options. So he's just there standing and praying that he doesn't end up in the Hurricane saga, where every summer you're trying to leave West Ham and you never, you're trying to leave Tottenham and it never happens, right? Because that's what has happened to Hurricane until 29. And I tell you what, Rice plays one other season. West Ham have another bad season like they've had. Right? He's so lucky, absolutely lucky, that he's won that UEFA Conference League. He's very lucky that among all the West Ham performers who have been absolutely shit, by the way, he's been, he's the English guy who everybody has said, wow, you've been outstanding, right? Just imagine if Jared Bowen had not scored that UEFA Conference League final goal. Just imagine. And just imagine that the referee doesn't go and give them that penalty, which was very, very harsh, by the way, and they don't win the Conference League. There would be no hype here. The guy would be moving for 75, 80 million. But anyway, guys, I don't think he's waiting for Arsenal. I think West Ham are playing the waiting game. All Rice has to do is wait for a club to agree terms with West Ham, and then he will have to agree personal terms there. Because for him as an English player, he doesn't have options. He doesn't have many options. Like he cannot go picky. He cannot become picky. You're not Iniesta, you're not Xavi. So you cannot go, I don't want to sign for this club. I will only sign for this club. You can't do that, especially if you're highly priced. If you're a £30 million midfielder, you definitely can't do that, because 10 clubs can afford. Maybe 15 clubs can afford 30 million. But if you're a 100 million price player that is priced at 100 million unfairly, and you don't deserve, you don't deserve, and you won't live up to the price tag, you don't have an option. It's just like Jack Grealish. Whoever brings the 100 million, you sign for that one. So let's wait and see what's going to come out of there. 2 offers from anonymous bidders that I've literally just said I don't believe are on the table. And of course, we are also hearing that Man United will be an absolute key factor in this deal. Now, the agent of Jorginho has been talking to the media about his future. And literally he's just said that Jorginho is going to turn down each and every offer from Italy to stay at Arsenal. The player is happy at Arsenal, would love to play another season in the UEFA Champions League with the Reds. Oh, we're not the Reds, we're the Gunners. I just don't know why we're not called the Reds, because every single kit that comes out, home season kit, is red. But anyway, so I think with Jorginho is one that I don't really have any opinions against. You sell him, you get 10 million or 12 million out of this sale. It's a good deal. You signed him in January for around, I think, is it 10 plus 2 million? You can sell him for 12 million. There are so many clubs interested in his services. And now that he's under contract at Arsenal, his value raises a little bit. I think it would be a very good deal for Arsenal. You get some money back. You don't make any losses on Jorginho. You bring a replacement, maybe in Romeo Lavia or in... depends on, you could sign anyone for Fana or any name. If he stays, it is also beneficial for us. Pedigree, leadership, experience. He's one of the players that have actually lived a lot of winning experiences. He's won the UCL, he's won the Euros, and he's also the only player at Arsenal to ever make it to the 3 on the Ballon d'Or podium. To the last 3. Like, many people really underrate that achievement, but when you hear many people sympathize with Robert Lewandowski for not winning it. When they sympathize with the likes of Iniesta for not winning it, you understand the magnitude and you understand the importance. You understand how big that is in a footballer's career to make it to that podium. So the fact that Jorginho made it there, he had a very good year where they won the UCL and they also won the Euros with Italy, beating England at Wembley. I mean, it is quite an asset to keep around. I think it's one of those players that could just come in and provide that extra motivation. Very good squad player. I think he's really technically gifted. He's one of the few midfielders that will handle that midfield, especially against a team like Luton, and we will be just, ticking. But the other thing I think is that there is a possibility that you sign Romeo Lavia or Declan Rice, and they don't start right away. And they don't, kick on right away. You need a player like Jorginho, who's played in that system for quite some time, to be there. Just in case Rice comes in or Lavia comes in and they don't hit the ground running, probably in the first season, you just need a player who you can rely on. And I think Jorginho can be relied on. So I think with Jorginho, if he stays, positive for Arsenal. If he goes, we get the money, we bring in a replacement, still positive for Arsenal. So I don't see any bad side on this one. But I prefer him to stay for another year as long as Lokonga leaves. That is the requirement. And I know Lokonga will leave. So I'll speak to you right in the next one. That is what is happening around the football club.